During a jury trial, laypersons may testify to what they see, hear, smell, or perceive in a given situation. Jurors then assess the reliability of this opinion testimony to determine whether it's credible using their everyday experience. But what if a criminal defendant calls an expert witness to testify as to why the prosecution's eyewitnesses' opinion testimony was unreliable? May the defendant do so? Or does this intrude upon the jury's credibility determinations? The Pennsylvania Supreme Court considered this question in the case Commonwealth v. Walker. On October 15, 2005, a man robbed 3 Drexel University students at gunpoint while the students were walking on a well-lit street near campus at night. Immediately afterward, the students gave a statement to the police. 2 days later, the students were asked to identify the man from 2 photo lineups, each composed of 8 individuals. The students were separated and given the photo lineups one at a time. 2 students identified the robber as Benjamin Walker, and the 3rd student identified Walker later in an in-person lineup. Less than 2 weeks later, 2 University of Pennsylvania students were robbed by 2 men at gunpoint, only a few miles away. As with the Drexel students, the police gave them 3 separate photo lineups and were asked to identify the robber. One of the students immediately identified Walker as the robber, and the other student identified Walker, but he wasn't entirely sure. Subsequently, Walker was arrested and charged in the Court of Common Pleas with robbery. Before trial, Walker, through his attorney, filed a motion in limine to introduce expert testimony regarding the fallibility of eyewitness testimony. The court denied the motion, concluding that expert testimony on the fallibility of eyewitness testimony was impermissible in Pennsylvania. The jury acquitted Walker on the charges related to the Drexel robbery, but found him guilty on the charges associated with the University of Pennsylvania robbery. Walker appealed to the state superior court, which affirmed. Walker then appealed to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court.